Welcome everyone. It's time for more Nobody Wants to Die. Well, last time we found Sarah. For some reason, James thought that the stranger might be going for Sarah, so we basically busted through her defenses as they were, and sort of intruded upon her personal space. Turns out the stranger was not going for her in the slightest, so, well, luckily we did get to find Sarah. Can I see her? Yes, I can. There's Sarah right over there. So she has an actual body, so to speak. She exists in the world, and the interesting thing here is that she has rented her sort of actual body, if you know what I mean. This is not her actual body. And who is it that has rented her body? Well, it's Jane Solomon, the sort of elusive character of this playthrough, which very much makes it feel like she's the one. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, in Green's apartment, we got the traffic camera photos where she was with Park, I believe. And then in Icarus, we had her scarf. She wasn't there though. And then finally, in what we have now labeled the Red Room, she had her little nameplate thing, but I don't think her body was there. So, Solomon. Intriguing. Now, is this going to be the final episode? I still don't know. It might be. We'll see when we get around the 50-minute mark where we are. But it's dragging on a little bit longer than I thought, which is just great. I hoped, rather, I like that it's not as short as I potentially anticipated it to be. But anyway, we are here. We are now going to do our third evidence puzzle thingamajig. And Sarah has been very nice. She was able somehow to learn what was in the safe. There were a couple of, well, I say a couple of items. There were items in there, most likely, that were already taken. But somehow she managed to find out what it was. That's lovely. So we have two things of, two evidences, or two paths here, apparently. Taking over the body. Do we have any indication the killer took control of Green? And the meaning of intrigue, what was the point of a plot that linked Green's case to the Icarus shooting? So that's where we are. Now, let's check the evidences.
His own transfer machine. I can't even get my shit together after 3.
This explains his problems. They were his own doing.
So yes, indeed, we did find one of those transfer machines. For some reason in this picture, is a person in one of them. That's interesting. So Green had an illegal consciousness transfer machine, kept it in a secret room under the foyer. Right, and we have the Ouroboros, I don't know. Modus operandi of a murder, symbols and dates, one card half a century ago, the other freshly painted, both coinciding with the dates of Green's and Kovalev's final deaths.
Both died on dates shown on the symbols.
The problem is that Green's date of death was carved long ago.
How do we actually know that? I don't know. Then we have monitoring recordings of Green's massacre. Afterwards, you can see he took a lift up by himself. Did we see that? And also, yeah, took a lift up by himself and hung himself from the tree. But he acted like someone was there with him. I'm not 100% sure I agree with that one, but sure.
Why didn't we have access to these recordings?
They were in the Red Room.
I'll try to get to them.
Cool. So that would be, I suppose, what we put there, maybe? Then we have Green's plans, lots of failed attempts to save the current system.
I learned this was the plan for the next 100 years. Numerous attempts to save what we have and this system.
And our system isn't perfect? At least for them.
It turns out not to be the case. Apparently, every prediction ended in disaster.
Yeah, well, it's a system that sort of feels like it's bound to just collapse at some point. Alright then, Icarus Lounge, famous Boyle and Effin Park, plotted in the same lounge with Roy from the stadiums and Miller from the security company.
Fucking Demmer.
Oh, haven't heard that before. Good to know you still have feelings for them.
So, alright, this is actually... Or is this from... No, this is from the Icarus, right? Isn't this from the Icarus? Yeah, this is from the Icarus. So, okay, we brought the evidence from the Icarus and not just from the Red Room. Sure, that could be relevant for... maybe this? I don't know. Thelma's recorder. Did I find that? Recording of a synchro test conversation between Salma and Green. The politician's predictions didn't bode well. I might have found this.
How did you describe it? That you're losing control of yourself?
Mm-hmm.
It's a kind of consciousness erosion. We'll increase the dose of ambrosia and the amount of synchro tests. Should help.
I need something better.
We don't have anything else yet. I'm working on it.
It's one big joke.
Selma sounds familiar, don't you think?
Shit, I thought she was gonna get herself a synthesizer.
I mean, yes, she would sound the same if it's literally your body. Also, I like that Green sounded very, like, 40s, which is perfect. I don't think I found this, did I? Or, no, this was in the safe. Right, this is one of the things that, that Sarah picked up. I can see the safe coloration, if you would. The 5, though, what the hell is the 5 thing? Red Room's bigwigs, a combative senator, a lecherous governor, a media magnate, an influential group. They plotted to distract the little people and defuse arrest. Well, that probably goes in here, maybe.
I'm getting used to the big names of the corpses at our feet. What are they doing there? Apart from the obvious.
Together they worked on how to calm the riots, how to use the Fourth Estate. Who knows if they would have failed.
Dickheads.
Yes, dickheads indeed. There we go, a bunch of dead people. And then we have the masked TV people, a group of journalists and celebrities from the Red Room, all delivering the same message through screens.
Lots of familiar faces, but compared to Green, they're small fry.
It's their mouth that spits out lies that millions eat up.
So they're using, you know, famous people after all. Who the hell is that one? Did I miss clicking on someone? Okay, that's weird. Because I don't think I had a option to click all of the bodies. We found 4 bodies. There were sort of in suspended animation, sort of. And I clicked one, sort of a young person, athlete thingamajig, but I might have clicked another one as well, but not all 4, I think. Orphanages. Green's orphanages were secretly body farms for him and the other sick Fs.
I still don't get that part of the story. When I think that they really used the...
At least the motherfucker's dead.
Everyone like him deserved it.
I mean, okay, I tried to play James from the beginning as a person who would, you know, be enough of a cop to not just go around wishing people to die, but it feels like as the story has progressed, he might shift a little bit, we shall see. Now, indication that the killer took control of Green, I would say the monitor recordings support that.
Doesn't act normal.
Could this be desynchro?
Potentially. But also, what's up with the substance? It's a fight theory. Green's behavior is weird. He's alone in the recordings, but he seems to be arguing with someone, maybe fighting. What's it mean? Do we have anything? Transfer machine, could that be relevant somehow? It could be the recorder then, I suppose, because they were talking about his problems.
Maybe there is something that has a negative effect, like synchro tests only in reverse.
Maybe. So clearly Green had trouble controlling his behavior. What could have driven him into this state? Could he be doing a lot of transfer stuff by himself, maybe? Okay, because then we're just 2 people. I'm gonna assume that's the thing.
There may be no evidence that they made a transfer of consciousness at the time of the incident, but his behavior...
I know, it's damn suspicious. Let's just put it together piece by piece.
So on the first occasion throughout this game, I've been able to set it correctly. So, there's no sign anyone there had done a consciousness swap, but the level of Green's desynchronization along with the recordings show he wasn't fully in control of himself. But what's the thing? The poison thing? Well, actually, the poison was only to destroy the Icarite. But again, both Kovalev and Green had the substance thingamajig. I don't know. So, right, the point of a plot that linked Green's case to the shooting. Now that's the interesting thing. I mean, what's the point of a plot? I was about to say the Ouroboros, but like that's not the point. That's just a corroborating evidence. So the plans, maybe? The point of a plot in Green's case. I mean, it could be the people in the lounge. It feels like it's not. Because it says specifically Green's case in a shooting. I'm gonna go for the people on there. Because it feels reasonable.
They didn't die because of money.
Yeah, they had plenty of it. There had to be another reason.
Okay, we're going for 100% here. We'll see. More than taxes. The four of them were scheming some new taxes and trying to cover their asses. Their death is significant, but taxes don't explain it. There has to be more to it. What, though? It's not that. I mean, it could be the plans. That's reasonable. Or it could be literally this, because of what it says. They plotted to distract the little people and defuse arrest. But that doesn't really... But again, that doesn't really connect to this, right? Order scheming, that is significant, taxes don't explain it. We're still in this, like, what's up? So I'm going to go with the plans. Oh, this doesn't feel like it's correct. It might have been, but no voiceover thing. Green had Kovalev take out players who were symbols of the old order. Okay. Alright, so we're saying that Green wanted to sort of step forward, so to speak, or rather move forward, whereas the people on Icarus, they were like, no, we need to retain the system. So in Green's final moments, there had to be more to it than just these few guys. Green had Kovalev take out players who were symbols of the old order. In Green's final moments, there had to be more to it than just these few guys. Okay, so it cannot be the orphanages. So now it kind of feels like it's this one. Kind of feels like it's this one, right?
You're telling me these are the only people who can deal with the chaos in this city?
Am I? No. But I think that's what Green is trying to tell us.
Do you buy it?
Well, this motherfucker knew corruption and power like no one else. Okay, whether it was Green's will or someone else was pulling the strings, why did Green have to die?
I see at least three possibilities.
Can you be more specific, Miss Detective?
I'm throwing them in.
Oh, we get new stuff. Cool. 100% so far. Absolutely. Right. Why did Green have to die? So we have Green's shadow. Green was a key player in the intrigue, which was about burning Rome.
The whole thing may simply have been about tearing the city apart.
Uh-huh. Did he actually want that? Puppet Master, if someone could influence Green, it's possible they could control someone else too.
Following this lead, Green didn't have to be the only one like that.
And that kind of syncs with what we've seen with Kovalev as well. It might not be that he was in control of himself either. When changing of the guard, the situation created a political vacuum, perfect for someone who wanted to seize power.
Since the most influential players are more or less dead, their seats are up for grabs.
Okay. I mean... I don't think we've seen enough evidence that Green wants to, like, destroy the city. Have we? I am leaning towards the Puppet Master thing. Because that feels like something someone would do, you know? And obviously, yes, kill everyone, have someone else step in, but we haven't really had evidence of anyone teeing up for that, have we? I'm gonna go for this one. This feels like the most, in so far, reasonable one, right? Probably not gonna be correct.
Once the king is knocked down, the game's usually over.
Someone's getting better at game metaphors.
Did not get the 100% sadly. So I'm gonna say changing over the guard instead then, because that feels like the most reasonable in other cases, but like I don't see that we have seen evidence of it.
More than 300 years of accumulated power and plotting.
No one else could bear it.
Huh. Are you saying that Green wanted to destroy the city? What? Have we seen evidence of that? Have I completely missed that? Because apparently this is correct.
Green was the last person who could stop the spreading chaos.
I wonder if his death was a crime of passion, or if it was planned.
So we're saying that... planned, huh? So we're saying that... yeah, okay, fair enough, I suppose. Green did obviously sort of kill off really important people together with Kovalev. True. But to make that assumption from that, I feel is a bit of a stretch, to be honest. Right. Killing Green was the last straw to destabilize this town, but why now in the middle of everything instead of pulling the strings to the bitter end? We only really have... Oh, could we keep using these? Oh, probably not. Cut threads. Killing Green was the last straw to destabilize this town, but why now, in the middle of everything? Oh, do we actually go for this now? Okay, we do not go for these. Okay. TV people. Maybe Ouroboros? Right, apparently, yes. So, destroying the world order takes a plan carried out over decades, but Green died before he finished the job. What was this is doing, or the killers? Which one was pulling the strings? Pulling the strings, you literally said it right here, right now. Okay, I feel shortchanged by that one. Okay, right. So fair enough, I suppose. Did not get the 100%.
How much planning does it take to set up something like that?
I don't know, but we need to figure out who's pulling the strings in all of this.
So is it gonna be Chief Steiner, maybe? Is he, like, super important in this whole business?
James,
I don't know.
Aren't you afraid your memories will eventually fade away?
Don't think about that. Mine don't fade. Oh, well, okay. You have
Lucky
to
me.
look at this again.
Mine don't fade.
I'm just
They
gonna...
haunt me, more literally than I'd like.
You must have some good...
we're just gonna skip this.
We're
because,
at the movies.
right,
We're all right
when
now.
I
Maybe
exited
it's the...
at this place, and I reloaded. We reloaded over there, but not after the entire conversation. And I did the conversations afterhand, but not that one apparently. So yeah, I had to sort of just redo that a little bit. Right, conclusions.
Okay, let's try to draw some conclusions. It all comes down to one question. Could Green really be a puppet?
I thought so, but the more I watch the Red Room and foyer footage, the more I doubt it. Green, the way he gestures and talks to himself, he looks crazy.
Talking to yourself doesn't mean you're crazy.
You know what I mean, when he's waving his arms and hurting himself. But I have no idea what taking over a body would look like. Fuck, I don't know. Which one of them was behind this? Green or the killer?
The more important the decision, the less certain, huh?
We're out of time for mistakes.
Right. So I would assume the murderer. Right. I don't think Green would put himself in that sort of a situation necessarily, even though he might wanted to destroy the city. As we saw now from the evidence, the plan was, you know, sort of cut off prematurely, so why would Green risk that? That doesn't make sense. So yeah, I would say the murderer. Somehow.
He's a murderer. Green's death wouldn't make sense. He must have been influencing for a long time until he finally got him to shoot the other deviants. Damn influential deviants. He took another harvest on Icarus.
And if he's aiming to paralyze the city, to create chaos, so what's his next step?
The motherfucker leaves no trace. The trail's cold.
Why haven't we heard of him before? He's a pro, after all.
Criminals are still in their learning curve when they do their first crimes. They leave more traces behind.
I'll check similar poisoning cases in recent years.
No, poison may have been removed from reports. Check the final death.
Oh, I think I have something. 2 weeks. No, shit. I was wrong. Forget it.
Sarah, rewind.
No, you can't touch your own case, or reconstruct it, or explain it. You can't defend yourself.
I'm the only one who can.
Oh, the fucking savior of the world. Can't you let go just this once?
You know the answer.
Damn you. Hang on.
I have to... What's this?
A new earpiece. This one shouldn't be so easy to spot.
Ah, thanks.
And we're back at the beach, apparently. Okay. Back with this, huh? So what are we saying? Are we saying that the murderer was indeed behind the train wreck? Was the murderer of Green and everything the one that we were chasing, maybe? Alright, so it did get a bit personal then.
Rachel!
I see, I see. So this is more or less exactly the same as we encountered before, so to speak. Right. Has anything changed? I don't think so. Apart from maybe being a bit closer to Rachel? Maybe? And
Rachel!
now we get pulled down.
Looking in the mirror at yourself, sometimes the scariest thing imaginable. But it was time to face myself on my own, without dragging anyone else down.
Alright, so what do you mean feels like I'm missing something here. What do you mean facing yourself necessarily? Okay, it might be true what Sarah said about the whole reconstructing your own case. Maybe that's not possible. Maybe, I don't know, breaks the time continuum or something. I suppose we'll find out.
The riots in the city are drawing near to Green's farewell location, Central Park. Everyone in the area is asked to leave the area for their own safety and security, according to the police.
Dude, are you there? Hello? This guy looks shady and he's connected. Oh, this guy is some pull. Wait for me, we'll get it sorted together.
Seth?
Who else, genius? The voice of your conscience?
Okay. You're dead, mate.
You're not really here. You're just a cocktail of desynchro and memories with a garnish of trauma.
Dude, you really don't get it. Don't do anything or you'll do something stupid. I just entered the initials and Hestia asked, am I satisfied with my work? They're calling from the top about it. This will end worse than usual.
Uh-huh. So found out what happened, can't let go now. Yeah, I can't let it go when I've come this far.
You know I gotta do this. I need to know what happened.
Fine, but what if you don't?
I will. Whatever it takes.
I can't cover your ass if you do this. Jake!
We just received word of gunshots in Central Park. The crowd is panicking.
Alright. Stuff is going down, and I can again pick certain things up. Like, why can I pick these up again? Again with the gun. Sullivan. Did we bring the gun on this occasion? So we do get this. Farewell to a great man. Over the past few days, more and more of the city has been besieged by protests about the reduction of the age of free subscription. However, Commissioner C. Steiner assures the Central Park will be properly secured during the farewell ceremony for the Venerable Edward Green. It is the first ceremony of this type and of this rank for over a century, so it should be expected that many others will attend in addition to family. Unfortunately, however, only the elite will have access to the ceremony upon presentation of a special previously sent invitation, see page 2. On the wrath of New York, the citizens of New York will not be silenced this time. They still besiege the streets and demand their rights. The initially peaceful protests slowly turned into riots. There were several casualties with the police, resulting in at least 7 people being taken to the CTC and more than a dozen injured. Some speculate that the destruction of Icarus was one of the first manifestations of opposition to the city's elite over changes to the minimum age of free body subscriptions. Will the police have enough men to guard our streets at the same time? A significant part of the force is assigned to provide security for Edward Green's farewell ceremony. Keep reading. And the rain continues. Meteorologists are announcing an increase in rainfall, and citizens are strictly advised to stay home out of concern for the health of their bodies, but not their minds. Lovely. Alright then, lovely. Nothing else, I suppose. So let's get out. Train crash site. Lovely. So is
Truth
this
said to heal. The problem with this statement is
Right.
that there are only 2 kinds of medicine that work. Those with an awful taste and narcotics.
seems about true. Spoonful of sugar and everything. So we're gonna check out the train crash site. I'm gonna go over here first though. Sometimes they hide stuff away. They've done it in the past. So we're just gonna make sure that we check this. So we're doing, I suppose, another crime scene investigation, which means that this is probably not the last episode. I'm just gonna vaguely assume. Can look at this, I suppose. So subscription unpaid. All citizens are obliged to abide by general rules of use as defined by the Code of Bodies under penalty of a fine, imprisonment, and or loss of access to the aforementioned body. That's lovely propaganda right there. I say propaganda, but yes, I think you get what I mean. Alright then, so we apparently can just get in here, and no one is really saying anything about it, which I find interesting. Okay, also my lovely ride. Bloody hell, it looks busted. Alright then, let's start moving. Or are we doing a crime investigation? I don't have my tools, so maybe we aren't doing a crime investigation. Maybe we're doing personal stuff again. So we also have a take a brochure responsibly. Your synchronization depends on this. Read the leaflet carefully before you use, as it contains important information. Lovely. Okay, but yeah, we might actually not be doing a investigation. We might be doing story stuff. Will the murderer be here? Hello, Sarah. What's up?
James, are you there?
Good to hear you.
I'll be on the line, but remember, in this place, desynchro can be deadly. Got any symptoms yet?
Thanks. Never felt better.
We just spotted Rachel. Okay, so, okay, yeah, we're probably just literally facing our past here. Also, about Seth, I did mention that maybe Seth's the murderer. We don't know that. He could come back somehow. Alright then, alright then. I can do this one. So we have something, we have 2 pieces of things going on here.
Damn it.
I can't see anything. Do you think there are any traces left after all this time?
I was here. How am I not one big lead?
True. We are doing... right, okay. We are doing an investigation. We just hadn't gotten to that point yet. Okay. Slightly burnt chessboard. Cannot open it. That would have been a thing, though. Could be stuff in there. Okay, so we do need to be on the lookout for things here. So maybe this is like the final bit before the big conclusion then. So yeah, we had stuff in 3 different places, it seems like. What the hell is... Okay. Like a hologram thingamabob. Or someone.
Most of the blood evaporated in the fire. Maybe the UV will detect something.
Alright, so we're beginning here. This is the first, for me at least, the first bit. Right, UV lamp, you say. Oh, I'm having some... Oh, is that from the altercation with the Rachel? The... Oh, sorry, is that... problems with my hands, so to speak. Okay, got something here. We continue, we do continue. Ooh.
So many different people.
We see more. Yeah, more stuff there
Shoe
too.
print.
Is it...
I was ankle deep in blood. This is my...
James?
I don't have enough information to reconstruct.
Okay. But this stops here, so we don't do more with that, but we could take a...
They had nowhere to run or hide.
Oh, okay. So that's not what I was looking at. So something over there.
There's something here. I have to check it out.
Okay. Found that. Ooh. There's something here. Gunshots.
The frame looks shot through. I'll check it.
Right. Cool. Let's start with the... Oh, no, we had one more thing. Something with you.
Some bodies were permanently damaged.
Sure. Seems reasonable. It was a train crash after all. Right, we have a thing.
Refusal of body credit. This guy just hit the memory bank from here.
Probably like most of the victims.
Okay, accounting liquidity report. Okay, COKH, whatever the hell that is. Right.
Looks familiar.
That is what do you call this? I mean, bullets, obviously. The thingamajig that you put bullets in.
It fits my gun. Did I? No.
Huh. Okay, would this be my gun? We're lacking 2 bullets, and would you know it?
I need to look for more evidence.
I don't know if reconstructing
3.
is a good idea.
I mean, lacking 2 here, but there are 1, 2, at least 4 here.
There was a major firefight here before the derailment. I'll check where the shooter was.
Okay, but were they shooting you? Not sure. So we're not doing any reconstruction, at least not now. We might get to it. So shooter. Is this where we're getting into some reconstruction, maybe?
I remember this. I was chasing a guy. A dealer. Motherfucker. Looks like he was standing around here somewhere.
Okay.
I already have a lot of data. I'm going to reconstruct.
James, think again. The reconstructor will try to use your memories because you were there.
It'll be fine, Sarah.
No, you won't. Wait. James, wait for me. I'll be back in a moment. I have something. I'll explain later.
Do I wait? Or do I continue?
It was almost midnight and there were still some children on the train.
I mean, that'll happen.
Maybe some parent forgot a birthday and rushed to the store. I hope.
That is an expensive teddy bear. 270, or the 270. I was going with the Swedish crowns there. $27.50. Even in this day and age, that must be quite a lot, eh? Because, you know, inflation and everything. Alright then, I don't think we are on a timer here, so waiting for Sarah will not be a thing. But, yeah, I agree with Sarah. Maybe don't reconstruct your own memories. That's gonna backfire, I think. Check this guy, though.
I don't remember any of it.
And if you don't, and what Sarah said is true, that is to say that the reconstruction uses memories. If I don't remember, is it gonna reconstruct correctly?
Rachel had a similar one. She recorded lectures with it.
Alright.
Watching the neon lights of the fading city. Oh no. Fuck! No, please! I'm begging you!
Yeah, not a good last few moments there. You can find pieces of evidences, or other memorabilia, maybe I should say. Well, at least not all of them, but many of them. Alright then, well, Sarah's not getting back to us, so we are gonna go for a reconstruct, and Hopefully this will be fine. It's gonna be weird, isn't it? Right. There's me. Old me, at least. Because obviously new body. No, that's a shooter.
The hell? What's going on?
We'll get through this difficult moment together.
Alright. So now I don't have the reconstructor. It's up on the top there, but... Oh, this is weird.
Can't remember? I'll tell you what happened.
I was chasing a dealer who was running away in the crowd.
Or was I?
You shot up those people.
No.
Well, why? Who am I shooting? Why am I... If I'm shooting the person on the left, that's terrible aim, James. Bloody hell, man.
Look, then. It's you, James. The real you.
I can't believe this crap. You're manipulating me.
That could also be true, considering, you know, lack of memory. This could be
You're
constructed.
pathetic.
I couldn't kill those passengers. It wasn't me.
Was I also under control? Okay, that one I can sort of understand, even though I don't understand why you didn't shoot here. So you took cover behind that one. That's true. That one, though, I don't
He overwrites
understand.
my memories? How does he know about the train? From a synchro test? Is this how he brings out memories? Get out of my head!
Are you alive? Is that fucking blood?
The killer uses your memories against you, like a parasite. Squeezes into gaps left by the desyncs and modifies them. I don't know. He hacked synchro tests and finds out everything? He does it somehow.
Run away from there. Come home and we'll talk about it. Don't reconstruct any further, understand? I can't be with you now.
What?
I'll explain later. My body is in trouble. Okay? Over and out.
Okay, what do you mean my body is in trouble? If your body's in trouble, where the hell are you? Or are you talking about Salvas?
I need to get to the next car.
Okay, right. So, we're moving up. That's true, but we are checking this. This is where we're going, because we're not going in here, apparently. We can. But there is... Oh, alright, we have another poster. Salt and sugar are the white death. Oh, yeah. Damn that salt and sugar that we have in our bodies. Damn that thing. Right? Sure, let's keep moving. I don't think that this is going to be the final episode. Which is fine. I'm having a great time with this game. This is awesome. So, okay. Oh, everything is... I was about to say, that's not a cart. That's the interior of a building. Okay, you can see some stuff over there. For some reason that a lamp is still flashing. Okay. A guitar, slightly busted. Can I shake it to get something out? No, that's not how this game works. Can't... Oh, there we go. There was something.
As long as you don't get consumed by frustration.
You've already learned it once. This time it'll be faster. Okay, that's an interesting sentiment. Yeah, if you have learned a guitar before, but you have now a new body. I mean, yes, your mind knows things, but your body doesn't so much. Okay. Anything else? Some pens. Refrigerators. We're in someone's house. Collateral damage, basically. Oh, come on, James, get up. Get a grip on yourself.
What? What's going on?
Did you know that in the last synchro test I talked about us? I understood that you would never accept my decisions. Life ends. Even memories fade away. Nothing else will happen. We tried. I know. We were stupid. That would be wrong. We would be bad people. We really are. Because we're still alive.
She would never. It's my own fears, feeding on her death.
So if any of what she said is correct, that is to say proper memory, was Rachel opposed to the whole Icarite thing? Because it definitely sounds like it. Like, she thinks that when you die, and that should be it. Because she did say that we're bad people for continuing to live. So, fair enough, I suppose. Right, through the building.
Reconstructing this is going to be Sisyphus' work. The difference is Sisyphus tried to cheat death, not to immerse himself in it.
And all of a sudden I'm very collected there. Interesting. Okay, we have a thing here. Wallet, some people in it. Driver license. Adam Drew, apparently. Well, I can't actually read here. Yes. Adam Drew, Brooklyn, etc., etc. Interesting, so that would be you. Your family misses you, I'm certain. Right.
Rachel had one. She wore it to games.
Okay, it's indeed the Hellhounds.
Until it broke into pieces.
Oh, is that... Wow, is that literally my name as well as properly spelled? That's not something I see a lot in games, let me tell you. Yep, that is literally how I spell my first name in Swedish. Intriguing. Also, what does it say? Otterbein. Yep, literally my... Wow, that's... Oh, that's almost a bit weird to see that in a game like this. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Right then. We have a shopping list. Demo tubes, premium tubes for guests. Prepare something so it won't get boring. Get laxatives after premium tubes. Lovely. You need laxatives after those, huh? Cool. Effing Demmer, am I right? Okay, we have some blood here.
He shot me then. Maybe stabbed or slashed?
I mean, if I was alive after the crash, wouldn't my old body exist and I would know? I don't know.
What happened here?
So some clues can be found here. We have this body.
Didn't even have time to yell.
Don't know how I got that from that, but sure. And then this one.
A mortal wound. Why can't I remember anything? It's starting to look like a graveyard on wheels. I'm moving to reconstruction.
Do I? How did I manage to get that? Can I see what wound you suffered? Interesting. Alright then, before we do that, let's just check out a bit more. Feels like we're not getting further from here though, right? Because there's no doors anymore. So we're like at the end here. We shouldn't do this, but we shall anyway. Oh. Ah, it's on the side, I see. And we're back in this view. Lovely. Stranger, do you wanna chat with us? Nope. Alright, there's the guy.
You always think you're someone you're not.
I shot a dealer on the run. I had to have a clean shot.
And yet I fired on so many other people. Like, why would I do that?
You didn't fucking care at all.
It's a joke. I will not kill. I didn't kill anyone.
You feel the truth. You can smell it under your skin. Can you feel it rotting?
Why can't I remember it?
You do remember.
Okay. Let's assume that's true. I shot everyone like a madman. What's next?
Have a look.
Also, can't help but notice that this glass is very shattered. We should probably not stand on it. Also, by the way, how the hell is the murderer talking to us right now? Because it doesn't sound like he's talking in our earpiece anymore. It sounds like he's in our head. So, okay, before we go, what are we saying here? I mean, it would feel weird because we've seen like no evidence of it that, you know, James is the killer. I mean, that would be... It would be a reasonable, you know, detective noir plot, I suppose, but I fail to see that we've seen any evidence of that. So what else? Why did James shoot all of those people just to get to a dealer? Because that feels odd, and also why did the train crash? Like, what's up with that? Did we actually get to the conductor? What? Yeah, why did the train crash? Just because I'm following someone and shooting at people. That's also interesting. Yeah, I'm not 100% seeing where this is going, so let's continue. Let's continue. Get a bit more information. Okay. Yeah, we're just shooting at people.
You to punish someone.
Is this some kind of test?
If it is, you think you passed? I know you wanted to leave them there. Let the world forget about them, just like it forgot about you.
You think you know me? Here's where you're wrong. You can do it. You know what's real.
Interesting.
So for a moment there, the people look like, you know, the people from the Red Room, I think. Which definitely is not what went down here, right? That does not make sense. Alright. But like... yeah, I don't know. I really do not know where this is going, which is fun. That is very fun. I love to see what the plot is here. We're basically just doing the same thing over and over here, it feels like. Or are we getting back to the same place all the time? Alright, done it. Yeah.
You remember what you felt. You remember the taste of blood from biting your lips.
I was in a frenzy. I wanted to get him and...
but yeah... why am I shooting so many people? Like... also, it's a dealer.
They hit him. That was all that mattered. He couldn't get far.
Also, don't stand on the shattered glass. Really, really bad. You know what? I just noticed a autosave, so I think that we're gonna leave this here. It might be that the next episode is gonna be like super short. I don't know, but I feel like we're getting to a very funky place, so I'm gonna leave this off on a cliffhanger. We are getting further into James' past life, if you would. Where we are following him along with this little sequence here, which is something he apparently does not remember at all, which is very interesting. But he's very adamant that he didn't do it. So is it the case that it is like he said, the murderer is apparently able to like implant memories? Because that could be potentially very bad. You know, if such a, I don't know, technology, ability, whatever, gets out and more people are affected by it. That could be potentially very bad, yes. So, yes indeed, potentially a bit of a cliffhanger. We're gonna see where all of this leads, and I'm assuming that at least the next episode is the final episode. I've said that like several times now, but it very much feels like it is. So, hopefully you join me for what most likely will be the conclusion of Nobody Wants to Die. For now though, this has been ghostmutgaming with me, Christopher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.